Hello everybody and welcome back to another new video, and this is going to be all about my Record Store Day 2023. And I know I'm a little bit late at posting something about RSD, but I was initially a little bit hesitant about making a full video about Record Store Day for this year because I didn't end up picking up that many records on Record Store Day, for at least for this year, which is strange for me because normally I will pick up quite a few records from the list on RSD. But this year was a big exception for me. There were actually quite a few records that I wanted to get. Actually, the list was actually very strong compared to the last couple of years. But I also anticipated it to be the most expensive Record Store Day in history. With all the high inflation going on, with the cost of everything going up, with the supply chain issues from last couple of years, I just knew that the prices on those exclusive titles were going to be insanely high. So just to save some money, I just decided to go with a very, very narrow list of only 2 records that I wanted to get from the official list. Number 1, the Ramones, Pleasant Dreams, the New York mixes. And number 2, the Pixies, playing Doolittle live in its entirety from Brussels in 2009. Just those 2 records, nothing else. And don't get me wrong, there were a lot of really cool records like the Cure live album, the Generation X reissue, the Frank Black live album, and the Donnas, the early singles compilation. Those look awesome, but they didn't quite make it to my list. Just 2 records, nothing else. So fortunately, those 2 records weren't too limited. So I was pretty confident that I would be able to find them at the record store, even if I went there later in the afternoon. So I saw that Criminal Records was going to have a live signing with Ben Folds at 5 p.m. So I just went there at around 4 or 4:30 to get my records and to get some stuff signed by Ben Folds at the same time. And I did find that Pixies live album, live at Brussels. But I think it was $47 or $48. I just thought it was way too expensive for a single album. I knew it was going to be expensive because the one that came out last year on Record Store Day Black Friday was around $44, which is this one right here. This is the one that came out last year on Record Store Day Black Friday, Pixies Live at Coachella 2004. The new one, Live in Brussels, looks very similar as this one with the same style in the artwork, but it has the atom sculpture from Brussels instead of the Ferris wheel from Coachella. So I thought that those 2 records would look very good together. And I still plan to get it, but I just couldn't make myself pay nearly $50 on a single album. It was just too much. And this one was actually $43, which I already thought it was expensive last year. I was just decided to wait a little bit to see if I find it a little bit cheaper later on. But I do plan to get it because I think they will look great together with the same style of artwork here. But anyways, I found that one, but I passed on it. They had plenty of copies left anyways. What I didn't find was the Ramones Pleasant Dreams. More on that later. So I just left, I guess, empty-handed from Criminal Records and Record Store Day. But I did go to that signing with Ben Folds, which was actually really cool. The line wasn't too long, and I got to meet Ben Folds and shake his hand. He was a really nice guy. I've been a fan of him for many years. I've seen him live a couple of times, and he's always very, very entertaining. He seems like a very authentic kind of guy, and he was really nice at the signing. He also signed my single for one of my favorite songs from him, Landed. I've had this single since it came out. When was this? 2005, from his album Songs from For Silverman. That came out around the same time in 2005. So I got this record signed by him. And he also signed this poster that they had at the signing to promote his new album that is going to come out, I think, in June. There it is. The new album is called What Matters Most. And he signed this part of the poster. I didn't know that this poster was actually double-sided. It has this awesome picture of Ben in this other side. I would have rather him sign this part of this side of the poster instead of this one, because I think it was a really cool picture of him. If I had known that this poster was double-sided, I would have asked him to sign that part, but Anyways, I got to meet him and he was really nice, and at least I got something out of Criminal Records on Record Store Day. After Criminal Records, I just went next door to the very small record store called Wax and Facts to see if they had the Ramones record, and they did, fortunately. They had one more copy of Ramones with Pleasant Dreams. And I'm not sure if I should call this one a reissue. I guess it's a kind of like a remixed version, or I guess a new version of the same album. This is the album that came out in 1981, the Ramones' sixth record, Pleasant Dreams, the New York mixes. They initially advertised this one as kind of like a rough or demo version of the same album, but I don't think it is. I think it's more like, because it doesn't sound very rough. It still sounds polished, sounds produced. It just sounds like a different remix or a different version or a different, just a different mix of the record, which I thought it was great in my opinion. And they decided to include a different artwork for the cover. And the record came in on really cool, kind of like a neon yellow vinyl with the side labels. Love the color in this one. It goes with the new Metallica record. And it came in also with a nice inner sleeve with an awesome picture of the band. I think this one should have been the album cover because I love this picture of Joey, Johnny, Dee Dee, and Marky in this lineup of the Ramones. And the credits on this side. I also have a copy of the original one from 1981, Ramones Pleasant Dreams. This is the original artwork. And I never really liked the artwork for the original one. I'm glad that they went with a different one for this remix version of Pleasant Dreams. Again, it's also called the New York Mixes. It sounds great. Like I said before, it just sounds like a different production of the songs from Pleasant Dreams. But this record also includes 3 songs that didn't make it on the original Pleasant Dreams record. But there's one song from the original that is not in this one. The new songs, I think, are Touring, which was actually released in one of the box sets from the last couple of years. And I think it was I Can't Get You Out of My Mind and Sleeping Troubles. I think those are the 3 songs that weren't in the original one. And this album is great. This is not one of those Ramones records that I really revisit very often. I think usually I try to go with the first 4 or 5 Ramones records. But it's still a great record. I just played it not too long ago, and it is a fantastic album. I think that the vocals from Joey are awesome in this record. Lots of very poppy tunes in Pleasant Dreams. And I love the fact that there were no cover songs in this one. Usually, especially in the later Ramones records, they include a ton of cover songs that, even if they're good, I think I prefer to have some original Ramones songs. And this one has the entirety filled with original Ramones records. Great album, Pleasant Dreams. Great to have it as kind of like a refresh version of Pleasant Dreams. It doesn't look like they're gonna have like what they've been doing in the last couple of years with the box sets of the older records for this one at least. But it's still good to have a new version of Pleasant Dreams. So yeah, those are all the records that I picked up on Record Store Day, just the Ramones record. And then just today, actually, I ended up finding a copy of the Pixies' Doolittle Live in Brussels from 2009 on eBay for a cheaper price. I think I found it for $37 on eBay, which is much better compared to the almost $50 from the record store. And it had free shipping and all, so it was a much better deal. I knew if I waited for a few days, I was going to be able to find a better price. So that's going to come in the next few days, and I'll make sure to show it in my next video or whenever I have it. But yeah, that was my very frugal Record Store Day 2023. Only paid for the one record plus the one that I ordered from eBay, which is about a total of less than $60. So it was, I think, a pretty successful Record Store Day, considering that I only got the 2 records, but I still went out there. It was great to see tons of people at the record store. So even if there wasn't a line when I went there, the record store was full, which is something that you don't see very often, especially nowadays. That's why I think Record Store Day is for, to just see a lot of people going in, buying records, digging through the crates, and it's just super exciting for me to see so many people there. And I've been also watching a lot of your videos covering Record Store Day, and I think everybody has the same thing in mind. Seeing so many people in line was very exciting, especially seeing so many young people in line, which is different from the last couple of years. It's been a great thing. So I've been watching your videos, enjoying watching your videos. And that's it for me for this Record Store Day 2023. I'll keep you posted on that Pixies record later. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye-bye.